Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, my fantastic family and friends? It is your boy, Mr. Dominique, aka the Scorpio King, baby. And I'm right back at you with another episode of Dom's World from right up top. You know the routine, family. You got your world, I got mine. Let's get right into chopping it up. Chop, chop, chop this lovely morning. And what's on the chopping block? Let's go here. First off, family, I apologize. It's been a little minute since not a minute, but it's been a few days since I dropped some content. We had a Christmas show that just happened this past weekend. My dance company, we put on a Christmas show with the kids. So I was a bit busy trying to make sure the kids, were able to come through and have a great show for their family and friends. And everything went great. I'm very proud, couldn't be happier, very grateful and appreciative for all the parents, all the students, all the people that helped out. Everything was great. Okay, so that's where your boy been. He's been there, being busy with the Christmas show and the kids. Now I'm back. Okay, and it brings me to something. My content today is based off some conversations I was having over the weekend. And let's go here. Family, chosen ones, especially my chosen ones, don't be drawn into conflict by non-believers. Okay? I've already told you all before that conflict is a distraction. Conflict is a distraction from your mission, your purpose, your dream, your goals. The time you spend arguing and debating with somebody, you could be spending that time doing what you came here to do. All right? So conflict is a distraction. And don't be drawn into conflict by non-believers. Here's why I say that. So since we were having a Christmas show this weekend, there's been a lot of talk about Santa. There's been talk about the birth of Jesus Christ and things of that. Just kind of normally comes up around this time of year anyway. So for me, let me see, how can I word this? So first, let me begin with the Santa conversation, okay? Being around all the kids, because I'm around kids from morning till night, every day, 7 days a week, from sun up to sundown. I'm around children. That's just what I do. Okay. If it ain't my own child or a nieces, a nephew or something like that, it's the kids in the after school program. It's the kids in my dance company. It's the kids in the daycare. It's just kids. So I've noticed that we live in a world, a time in this world where kids are exposed to so much and they hear so much, they see so much, they know so much. And the conversations are just sometimes just wildly insane with the kids. And what caught my attention this weekend was my conversation with kids about Santa Claus. All right, it was just very funny. So stick with me. I'm going somewhere with this. So I was having a conversation with one kid who said, I know Santa Claus is not real. And this was I want to say this was like a third grader, okay, that was telling me, I know Santa Claus is not real. My parents told me Santa's not real. This is a conversation me and this third grader having one-on-one. And I feel that it's not my job to undo a parent's teachings. I don't know their reasons for telling this young man that Santa's not real. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they don't want him to believe in it or whatever. It's not my business. It's not my child. So I just listen. And I've had many kids tell me, oh, my parents told me Santa ain't real. I've had many kids tell me that. And I never try to fix that. I never try to say, whoa, yeah, no, don't listen to your parents. I never do that. Never do that. When they tell me my parents said Santa's not real, I say, oh, okay. Hey, I understand. Every household is different. I come up with some kind of response, but I do not rebuttal what their parents are teaching them. It's not my place. And I turn around and maybe a minute later, I'm having a conversation with another kid who's telling me about their elf on the shelf and how they wrote their list out for Santa. Another third grader. All right. So I go from having a conversation with two kids the same age and the same grade. One believes in Santa and the other one doesn't. And I just noticed how it wasn't my place to tell the one who didn't believe that they should. And it wasn't my place to tell the one who did believe that they shouldn't. My conversation with the one who didn't believe was, hey, it's okay. I understand. Not every household celebrates Christmas, or not everyone believes in Santa. I get it. My conversation with that one is based off that person's beliefs, and I'm not here to, like I say, to undo what their parents are teaching them. My conversation with the other kid who believes in Santa, my conversation was, yes, those who believe receive. Yes, my son, we raised my son to believe in Santa, and we're raising my baby boy to believe in Santa. And, so if a kid tells me they believe in Santa, then I'm like, yes, Santa's real. Okay, so I give you that conversation to give you this. Is that it just kind of reminded me of how my conversations are with adults who believe in God and those who don't. Chosen ones don't get into conflict with non-believers. I was not having a conversation, but I was watching something on my social media, and the person was believing in God, and was telling a story about why they believed in God. And then I went down and read the comments, and you had the people who didn't believe jump in and make all kind of sly comments and sarcastic comments and just rude comments about this person believing in God. And it was just very rude to me, the way that they was just attacking this person for believing in God. And then, of course, the believers came to this person's defense and was trying to defend why you should believe in God. So I'm just going through the comments and I'm reading them up and down, family. And it just made me realize that this is pointless. All these people in here with all these different viewpoints, and no one's going to hear anybody. Nobody really cares about what the other person is thinking or saying, or they don't care about your viewpoint. What I've come to realize in my life is that those who don't believe, there's nothing you can do to get them to believe. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do to convince them that God is real. Okay? The only thing that you can do as a believer in God is live your life as a one who believes in God. And just let them watch and see that, and let them see how that works for you. And you can let them live their life as the non-believers that they are, and just watch and look at that and see how that works for them. I am not going to argue or debate with anybody over whether or not God is real. I'm not going to try to convince you that God is real. And I'm not even going to participate in your argument to try to convince me that he's not. We're not going to have this conversation. So there is no conflict, because we're not going to have the conversation. I don't care what you atheist or some other religion or whatever. If your point is to convince me God is real, I'm not participating in the conversation. If your point is to convince me that God is not real, I'm not participating in the conversation. I'm not going to get into a conflict with you because you don't believe in my Father. And I do. And I just want my chosen brothers and sisters to know the conflict is distraction. It's just another way to distract you. These people were going at it in the comments. And trust me, nobody's mind was changed because of what was written in those comments. Some of these people wrote paragraphs this long. Some people had some very good points, whether they chose to believe or not. Like, I get it. Like, listen, one thing I want my chosen brothers and sisters to understand. Here's one of the most important things you can remember that can take that stress off of you. It's not your job to save people. You just introduce people to the Savior. Okay? But take this with you always. Okay? Seriously. People who don't believe in God, like they don't believe, oh well. God gave them free will. He gave us all free will. Do you understand that? God gave us the God that you believe in, chosen one. Okay, listen, the God that you believe in, my chosen brother and sister, the one that you believe in, he gave those non-believers free will. He didn't just give it to you and me. He didn't just give it to those of us who believe. God gave free will to everyone. It's their choice to believe. It's their choice to believe. And if God can say, here's your free will, do with it as you will. And if you choose to believe in me, great. If you don't, we're going to have a conversation about it. You understand? Like, if God can let go, you got to get this, chosen one. You really do. If God can say, I've given you free will, believe in me with it or not. The choice is yours. This is free will. You get to choose. Then I want you to understand, chosen one, that with that free will that our God gave to them, they chose not to believe. Let it go. That's on them. They gonna answer to the Heavenly Father for that. Why you worried about it? Why you mad about it? Why you stressed about it? See, I know the church love to teach and preach that we should be out there saving everybody. You can't save nobody that don't want to be saved. I would assume if they show up to the church, they came to be saved. You deal with those people. But when you're going out here into these streets trying to save all these people that's in this world, that's in these streets, you wasting time. I hate to say it, I'm sorry. Forgive me if I'm hurting some feelings, but you wasting time going out there into the streets trying to save people. You save those who come to be saved. You save those who want to be saved. I use my dance company for an example. In my dance company, parents pay me to teach their children. So I have a conversation with my kids, or I know with my kids that are in my dance company, sitting on that floor in their room when it's time to teach, they are there 9 times out of 10 because they want to be. They choose to be. I don't have to force these kids to dance. I don't have to push these kids to get up and to participate. They're there because it was a choice of theirs, a choice of their parents. And most of the time they're there because they chose to dance, which therefore they begged their parents to put them there. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids in my dance program, I can walk in there and I know we gonna dance. We gonna work because this is where they want to be. When I go to do dance with my after school programs, that's not a place where parents are paying for them to dance. But dance is a part of the program. And in that program, dance is optional. You may go to dance if you want to. If you don't want to, you may stay in the room and keep working on whatever it is you're doing in the after school program. It's different. So when I go to the after school program, I have kids sometimes that don't want to be there really and don't really have to be there. Sometimes they come and show up to dance because there ain't nothing else to do. They don't want to stay in the classroom. They don't work as hard. They don't give me 100% like the ones who want to be there. Do you understand? When someone wants to be a believer in God, they will give him 100% faith. 100% they'll put into the trials and the tribulations, 100% into the patience and everything that's necessary, that's, for them and their calling with God. But when it's you forcing them to go to church, when it's you forcing them to believe, you will not get 100% from them. You will not get 100% from them. Those who believe receive. Let go of the conflict. Let go of you thinking that it's your job to save somebody. It's not your job to save anybody. Let it go. And it's not your job to get into conflict with non-believers and try to convince them to believe. Let it go. They are using their free will to not believe, and you are using your free will to believe. Get into conversation with other believers and step out of the conflict with non-believers. I'm going to say it one more again before I let you go. Get out of the conflict with non-believers and get into conversation with more believers. You feel me? If you like what you hear, Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for all notifications. Like and share your boy videos. I'm Mr. Dominique, a.k.a. the Scorpio King, saying peace, one love. Stay blessed. Keep your vibrations up. Namaste. I love you, family. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all come back now, you hear? I'm out.